สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Morning Thailand of December 9th, 2013. I am Tulip Naksonpok.
And I want to song เครือหง
And a lot will happen this week, and a lot has happened over the weekend.
Well, especially today, of course, I have to say a lot of people are actually anticipating on I call it big rallies.
Yes.
With IES in the end, because it's not just the Democrat-led anymore. And yesterday, one of the biggest event also is that the Democrat MPs actually resigned.
Yes.
That was like shocking. A lot of people, like foreign press, were actually talking about this particular move. So we have a lot of those updates later on, of course. But since it's Monday, we're just gonna update you a little bit on whatever happened over the weekend. Now, one of the biggest thing was the United Nations has already talked about declaring December the 5th the World Soil Day to honor His Majesty the King. Now, of course, His Majesty has been working for the past many years on soil development as well as a lot of agricultural development with focus in soil. Now, of course, for this time, there has been a talk as well that 2015 has already been set for the International Year of Soil. Now, of course, there are a lot of interesting projects as well as innovations that has been done via the royal projects, and this is definitely something that's showing a lot of people that the global community is honoring His Majesty the King for his dedication and his hard work. Now, of course, this particular move, they say that has come out. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs Department of Information Chief Kun Sek Wannamethi, of course, has talked about the fact that he has been informed by the Thai ambassador to the United Nations in New York that the UN has finally decided on Friday to observe December 5th as the World Soil Day. And this is following the 17th World Congress of Soil Science that has been hosted here in Bangkok back in 2002. And at that particular meeting, 60,000 of the members worldwide have already learned about His Majesty the King's soil development projects. And at this point, also the work in agricultural ministry as well. So they are pushing for the World Soil Day later on after that particular meeting. And of course, it is official, and International Year of Soil on 2015 is to remind a lot of people the importance of the development as well as research in terms of soil quality, and that contribute to the agricultural development as well. So one of the most interesting things that took place.
Move on to the news. Even though the news coverage has been mostly
very limited.
Yes, in the last couple days, actually in the last couple weeks, most of the news coverage will go to the political tensions that have been going on in Thailand. But a lot of people still, there's another event that the Thai people anticipating also in a good way, which is the SEA Games, 27 SEA Games that happening in Naypyidaw in Myanmar. And this time we also have our princess join in the equestrian team, be one of the 8 athletes. This particular team hope to get at least 3 goals from all the competition. The Princess Siriwanwaree, which is the daughter of the Crown Prince, arrived in Naypyidaw yesterday, and she will be one of the athlete representing Thailand. Equestrian event has 3 categories: dressage, show jumping, and endurance. And the SEA Games will officially started today and will run until December 18th. Thailand hope to get total of 112 goals, which so far we able to get 2 golds, 2 silver and 1 bronze. The number 1 right now is Myanmar, 8 golds, 2 silver and 3 bronze, which Malaysia is the number 2, 2 gold, 4 silver and 8 bronze. So today, Thailand at 4:30 p.m. will have male futsal between Thailand and Laos. And between 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. there will be wrestling for 6 gold medal. And at 3 p.m. there will be female boxing. So that will be something to look forward to this week beside the political tension that's going on. And we will sure to give you an update when this particular kind of sport, equestrian event happen, and also the medals update to you.
And this is one of the things too, SEA Games have a lot of interesting sports that never feature in any other type of the competition, the regional competition. Like last week, I report about Shinlon.
Yes.
And I've never heard of it, right? So we actually have to do a little bit of research on it before we go on air because we would.
I would say that there's a lot of regional sports going on because Southeast Asian Games, it's very closed and smaller area.
Yes, but so that means that you're going to get to watch a lot of interesting sports that you never heard of before. All right, moving on to another interesting things. Of course, we have talked about before where the MPs from the Democrat Party resigned to join the rally, Kun Suthep Thuksuban along with other MPs. And of course, at this point, they have to have the by-election. Now, the Election Commission has came out already and say that there's 3 constituencies that's still lacking anyone to actually be part of this by-election or be one of the candidates. Now, as of now, according to the Election Commission, they say that those constituencies, namely there are Constituency 1 of Chumphon Province down south, Constituency 2 of Trang Province down south as well, and Constituency 2 of Surathani Province in the south. This means that all these constituencies are still lacking any candidate, and they say that it is the first time that no candidates have come forward to contest a seat. And of course, the EC will meet on Monday, so today, to decide on what they would do next in terms of try to resolve this particular problem. And they say that whether or not they to extend the registration period until any candidate step forward. And they say that in those constituencies with only one candidate, the person must gain the votes of at least 20% eligible voters of the claimed victory. So it doesn't mean that if there's one person step up to the plate, that person will be elected. They still have to win at least 20%. Now they say that at this point, 6 candidates from the little-known parties has already submit their registration to the Constituency 7, 26, and 29 of Bangkok, and 2 candidates have registered in Constituency 3 of Nakhon Si Thammarat Province, and 1 of the Constituency 6 of Songkhla Province. And at this point, the by-elections are scheduled for December the 22nd. But as for the 3 in Trang, in Surathani, as well as Chumphon Province, at this point, they're probably going to have to wait and see whether or not they have to extend it the time.
Right.
So it's quite interesting indeed that no one actually stepped up, but I could see it coming because local political system is actually quite fierce when it comes to local politics.
And these are the seats that got empty because of the 9 Democrat MPs resigned to lead the demonstration. And now there will be much more
exactly
by-election happen.
Yeah, wow. All right.
And I believe the Election Commission will have an emergency meeting today for those over 100 MP seats.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of work to do, that's for sure. Because, at first they say that they're going to talk about these 3 constituencies, about what to do. Well, at this point,
we have a lot more to
exactly.
cover. Before we go to that, over the weekend, there something else happened, not just the political tension in Thailand, that we heard a lot more about the national park that has been invaded. And this is one of them. Normally, we heard about illegal logging, but this time in Siriwanwaree province at Thap Kwang National Park, it's actually, what's it called? Illegal mineral extract going on.
Because apparently you can take the soil.
Yes.
As well as the trees. That's quite depressing.
And this was notified by the local people that they suspect there are some kind of illegal mineral extract going on in Thap Kwang sub-district of Siriwanwaree province of Kaeng Khoi district. So on Friday, Sudipong Juncharan, the Siriwanwaree governor, together with natural resources and environmental officials of Siriwanwaree province and also forest protection unit of Siriwanwaree province, 30 officers together went into the area that is foothill of the Thap Kwang sub-district of Kaeng Khoi district. They found about 5 spots around the area. In total, 62 rights of land. They didn't find anybody there, but there's a lot of heavy machinery left at the scene, along with the big holes of soil. So they believe this is because there are some investor already secretly extract the mineral from the area. So they just have to do further investigation on this. But since they didn't find anyone, what they can do is just put on the sign and said this is actually national park, and they bar anyone from entering the scene. Look at that's a huge area.
Yeah, that's one of the things. I think what the authorities are trying to do is keep an even closer watch.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if it's something like this and you live in the area, the chances are you're going to know.
Yes, and I think the local people try their best to notify the officials, but by the time the officials get there, no one there to get arrested.
All right. Well, with that, let's take a short break, because when we come back, a little bit more updates in terms of the local situation. I have, of course, the floods still continue to ravage down south, and more of the
Siamese rosewood again.
So please stay tuned.